Well, welcome to West Country Wanderings. Welcome to one of my Devon series from the beautiful village of Newton Ferrers here in the South Hams in South Devon. Let's go for a wander and have a good look around this beautiful place on the Yacht estuary. Now, when I was living and working in Plymouth here in Devon, this is a favourite place to come with family on a Sunday. Wonderful place to come. Particularly, well, we've had it quite rainy. There is a break in the rain at the moment. There might be some more rain showers later. So we're here in early to mid-October during the week. So it's nice and quiet here now. It does get a little bit busy here in the summertime, but not overly so. It's not a Perranporth, a Newquay, a St Ives. It doesn't get completely overrun, although it is fair to say that the roads getting to here off the main Kingsbridge Plymouth Road, the 379, it is quite narrow, so you do have to be prepared to slow down and let other vehicles pass through. But that aside, it is just absolutely stunning. I've always really just loved this place here with the waters there, the River Yarmouth there. I think it's actually high tide at the moment. I think it was about 20 minutes ago, and the boat that was going along there was the harbour master. And there is a seasonal ferry which takes you around the coast a bit further to a place called Wembury, where there is a church just above the beach there. It's a favourite place with Plymothians, that one. I don't know if the microphone picked that up, but there's an odd acoustic here. There's a dog just up there barking, and when it was barking, you might just hear it now, it echoes right on the other side. In fact, it seems to amplify the echo. The retort of the bark was louder than what was actually coming from the dog, and the dog wasn't barking that loud. It has a most extraordinary acoustic here because of the deep-sided valleys and because of the river as well. And you also notice that it changes texture of the acoustics between low tide and high tide due to the sound reflections indeed off the water. On the other side of the river is another village called Nosmayo, and both villages are connected by two ancient causeways which are called Vosses. I don't know if we can, well, we probably won't be able to see them because we're at high tide at the moment here, so we won't be able to link up the two together. But Nosmayo, in fact, you can drive around to Nosmayo. It's not too far a diversion to go onto that one if you want to visit that one as well. Is well worth looking around its own right, because you can actually go through a woodland walk on the other side there, but it's a bit wet to do that today. Now, whenever I've been to Newton Ferrers, this has always intrigued me. These are known as Doctor Steps, and you can see that there. In fact, there's a new rail that's been placed there by South Hams District Council since I was last here, and you have the seats here, but I always think they're probably in the wrong place. You probably want a seat at the top of the steps. Now, were the steps so named that you could get this on prescription? Maybe if you had a lung problem and your fitness levels weren't great, the doctor would prescribe you to do doctor steps 2 or 3 times a day to gain your fitness. Or maybe a doctor lived at the top of the steps or the bottom of the steps and would go up them or down them daily to his regular GP surgery. Interesting. Now, the boathouse and house behind me is known as Kiln Quay. It's also known as Baring's House, built in 1884 with a substantial boathouse here right on what is known as Parish Steps. That's what I'm currently standing on, a bit more down to river level. And I think it's got associations to the erstwhile Baring's Bank Company, which was now defunct. I think it went bankrupt about, 25 years ago. But yeah, it's a beautiful property with those huge doors there for the boathouse. It reminds me of the one at Greenway, Agatha Christie's place, which is also here in the South Hams, a bit further along in the direction of Dartmouth. So we're now looking across towards the village of Nosmayo. In fact, both villages have their own churches as well. We'll see Nosmayo's church, surely that'll be coming into view. But as I say, you would have to wait till low tide to walk across it. Alternatively, you can walk up to the end of the creek and go around and like kind of do a U-shape. I'll insert a map now so you can see what I'm referring to. The other thing about Newton Ferrers and Nosmayo is that they are both yachters' havens. You can imagine if you have a boat, this is where you'd want to keep it, and this is where you want to sail it in the shallower waters here. So if there's a storm out there just the other side, you're not bothered here because it is wonderfully sheltered on the waters of the River Yelm. The River Yelm actually rises on the lower slopes of Dartmoor, and it starts off really, really small until it reaches the village of Yampton, which sits right on the main Kingsbridge-Plymouth Road, and then it starts to form this estuary. In fact, I made a video looking at the Yampton branch, the railway from Plymouth to Yampton, and you can see remains of the pillars there where it once crossed over part of the Yelm estuary. So that, again, that's a beautiful spot. I'll put a link to that video. It's one of my earlier ones. I made it over 3 years ago now, but if you're interested in railway history at all, it might be one to have a look at if you're not aware of that. And it is a wonderful place to explore. You can't walk on much of the track itself, although there are lots of remains of it still in existence. So that's Nosmayo's church. I can't remember the date of construction for that one, but I'll find out and put that in as a subtitle below. And Nosmayo Creek continues right round there. In fact, there's a pub round there, just round the side of it. I think it's called the Ship. There are a couple of pubs, or there certainly were, in Nosmayo. The other one is the Swan, which is round about there, sort of a whitey grey coloured, yeah, there, about there. The Swan, which is also a nice one. You can sit outside and enjoy the views. Very nice on a warm summer's evening, or any evening where it's nice with some sunshine. This is one of the main launch slipways for the boats here. As you can see, it's looked after, maintained by the River Yelm Harbour Authority, and there is a speed limit, 6 knots, and minimum wash, yes. And it also says it's not designated a bathing area because of the water quality, but it usually does, to be fair, look fairly clean and clear. I like the gentle sound of the boats just bobbing together as well. Because it's so quiet here, you can hear that, just like a gentle knocking noise. The boats just swaying, waiting for their owners to return again and take them back out onto the waters. So in case you're wondering, is there a pub in Newton Ferrers as well as the two over at Nosmayo? Yes, it's this one. It's called the Dolphin. It's not open at the moment. It reopens again. Oh, nearly fell over that. Slipped. Reopens again this evening, so it's only open in the evenings this time of the year. I think it extends again during Christmas time and the school holidays, but I think it's open all the time during the summer months. But yeah, it's really nice to pop in there. I'm not sure the age of that pub. It's pretty old pub, but yeah, they all claim different ages, don't they? These pubs always claim to be the oldest one, but certainly a couple of 100 years old. Been here for some time. Glad to see it's still going. You have these, the one eating area here isn't actually for the pub, it's actually for the Yacht Club, which is thus there, hence all the bunting that's around it and the balustrades, which would kind of protect you if it was a windy day, but it's certainly not. This is the calm after the storm here today. So I'm now down here on the foreshore at Newton Ferrers. Word of warning though, if you do come down here, be very careful of the seaweed because it's exceedingly slippery, as I've just found out. I didn't fall over, but kind of nearly did. But yeah, it's just another magical view down there. The noise you're hearing now is lots of builders. Because it's a wealthy area, the residents here, after purchasing their expensive properties, then spend another load of money doing them up or knocking them down and completely building another property which is twice the size of the original one, which I always think is a bit... but there we go. You can't take away from the fact that this is still just a stunningly beautiful place. Now I get a sense that in our towns and cities you'll often see people going their morning walk or run in the park, but here the residents of Newton Ferrers, I think they go for their morning row. So it's good to report it still has its local post office and community stores here in Newton Ferrers. It even has its own co-op, which is actually like the reverse of a TARDIS. It's tiny, it's probably the smallest co-op I've ever been inside. It's smaller on the inside than it is on the outside. Now, one of the oddest things about Newton Ferrers history, I will come round to the harbour by the way, which is more like a marina. You can see the gentleman down there on the top right of the screen. Is that there was once a kind of chemical factory here. Yes, it's a bit strange. I can't find any reference to this online. It's just something I know about. When I started coming here in the early 2010s, there was a sign hereabouts, and I think it refers to this abandoned building, which is just... I don't know if you can see that now there, with the, well, it's now got the roof gone. And that was owned by ICI. Yes, ICI were here. Later became, I think, called Asco Nobel or Nobel, not sure. And the reason they were here wasn't to actually manufacture paint, but it was to test it, to test marine paints. They had their own little facility there, and they would paint boats even, using new types of chemical formula, marine paints, to test its longevity, I think. Yeah, it's all very strange. The Asco Nobel paint facility here at Newton Ferrers, a long lost piece of Devon history. And above the harbour was once the Yelm Hotel, which I now think is private apartments. It was in a terrible state for many years, but it's good to see it's now been restored and being made good use of once again. So I've now followed the road from the harbour, a private road full of lots of posh houses, but at the end of that road you come to a public footpath, well a track in fact, quite a wide track, it's not too bad here, which is Court Wood, and we still have the creek of the River Yelm just down there. Beautiful spot, Lovely hearing the birds as well. It's an absolutely gorgeous place. So I'm enjoying my time again here in Newton Ferrers, bringing back memories of when I was here before on a lovely day, and one with much contrast to where I was earlier yesterday. But I might do a little bit more filming in that area before I head back home to Gloucestershire. There'll be a couple of other videos coming up from Devon as well soon, so look out for those. I'll probably intersperse them with other different ones as we go on here on West Country Wanderings. Hope you've been enjoying the walk and the tour here through this beautiful South Hams village near Yampton, and also the coast as well. It's a really nice place to come. Public transport options for visiting it are, however, rather limited. I checked the bus times like I did the other day in Beckford in Worcestershire in the Cotswolds, and yeah, a bit of a different story here. There's only 2 buses a day which head in the direction of Plymouth, so it is a bit limiting, but you can at certain times catch the ferry from Wembury, and Wembury has a little bit more of a frequent service. It's not that much frequent, but it is a little more of a frequent service. But if you come here by car, you can find a road. So if you head through the village itself and then turn left, there's like a long, straight, fairly wide road, and you should be able to park along there. There's no parking charge or anything like that. Just make sure you're not blocking anybody's entrances or driveways, of course. But yes, it is doable. But this is really most enjoyable. As I say, I hope you've enjoyed the wander here in one of my Devon series from the South Hams. Till next time, take care of yourselves, look after yourselves, and hope to see you on the channel again very soon. All the best for now. Cheers. Goodbye.